that he had his own security guard. In this video, we're going to see where Wagyu comes from, how it's auctioned and sold for millions of dollars each day, and how it's eventually broken down and served at restaurants. And I came to Kobe for a reason. All Kobe beef comes from Wagyu cattle, but not all Wagyu beef is Kobe. If Wagyu is your average car, Kobe is a Ferrari. Just for some size comparison, I am 6'3", and this cow is almost as tall as me. I didn't know that they could be that big. I would not want to mess with this guy. Hey, buddy. This man here is responsible for raising some of the most expensive cattle on earth, and when he started he had just 50 cows, but now he has over 500 cows, and this is just one of the many barns that they have here on the farm.
Wa in Wagyu means Japanese, so Wagyu means Japanese cow.
Could we start by going and seeing the baby cows?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. So these are the babies.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cute. They have a jacket on because they're so cold. So how much do all these babies weigh right now?
25 kilograms to 30 kilograms.
So how long will it take for these ones to get to the medium-sized cows over there?
About 3 to 4 months. They gain about 1 kilogram per day.
Wow, they're growing really fast.
Yeah, they grow about 10 times faster than humans.
How old is this cow right here?
1 week.
If this cow right here, that's already this size, is only 1 week old, imagine how big the ones we're going to see later in this video that are fully grown are going to be. There's so many myths online, I feel like, about Wagyu. Some say that they're massaged every single day. I've also heard that some get Mozart played to them while they sleep at night. And I've even heard that a lot of them are fed sake and different alcohol and they're drunk all the time. Is any of that true?
Let's find out.
So these cows now are good size bigger than the babies. Like there's a big difference all of a sudden in the size. How old are these cows and what's happening now?
Well, here the cows are about 1 year old to 3 years old. And this is the phase where we feed them.
How much food do they eat?
They eat about 8 kilos of feed per day.
How do you know which ones are going to have that really beautiful marbling? Because when I think of Wagyu, and when anyone thinks of Wagyu, they think of that amazing intramuscular fat, all the fat between the muscle, and that's what makes Wagyu so special. How do you know which cows are going to have that good marbling?
I take a look at the area with the sirloin, which is on the back. That gives me an idea of the quality of the meat.
You can just tell just by looking.
Yes, once you get used to it.
He's a genius. These cows literally just seem to be sitting here all the time and just eating. And I guess that's because that's their full-time job and that's what they do. That's how they're getting as big as they're getting. Now that we've seen a farm and how Wagyu cows are raised, the next step is an auction where Wagyu cows are sold to buyers from all around the world. Nobody can get into these auctions unless you know Yamamoto-san. Hello. So we are entering the auction room. Whoa! So this is where the auction happens.
Yeah.
And the cows are gonna eventually be coming one by one.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so, wow, I can't. How what the f am I supposed to do with these? Do I look okay?
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Okay.
Very good on you, yeah.
I feel like you're lying.
Yeah. No. Very good on you.
This should show you how big some of these cows are when they come by. Like, they're hanging down to here, yeah?
Yeah.
So this right here,
Yeah.
this is the trophy for today. The best cattle of the day. Only #1 gets this award. Do you think we can try to win it?
It's really hard to win, but we will try to get this cattle for today.
We're just gonna have to pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be bidding against some pretty big people in Japan here.
Yes, sure.
Let's do this. Holy cow. These are massive. Look at the size of me next to these cows. These are the cows that we're about to see at today's auction. They're massive.
Yeah, this is 640 kilograms.
Look at the marbling on this beef. It's unbelievable. They all have different awards, certifications, different stamps on them. Every carcass has its own identifying things for people to know how good the quality is. The floor is also so slippery because there's Wagyu fat everywhere. It's the most expensive floor you could possibly find. So here's how it works. When grading beef, there are two main factors. The first is how much meat can actually be taken from the cow, and the other one is how good the marbling of the fat is. The scale goes from A to C and 1 to 5. So the worst possible cut of beef would get a C1, the lowest grade you can get. And the best of the best of the best would get this stamp right here, A5. So they cut all of these open so you can grade it and see.
This is the tackle pot and it's a tackle pot.
This is the one that we want to get today.
Yeah.
It's called the reward cattle, and there's only one every single day. Right here is the A5 stamp, so this is the best grade you can possibly get. It's a beautiful, beautiful, huge cow. Wow.
150、150円、全55円です。
Wow. The
trophy cow today is number 12. We're almost there. Tell me when. Tell me when. Right now?
Yeah, continue.
Alright, hold on. My heart's beating so high. Wow, it's going high. It's going so high. Oh, it's going to be so expensive. So high. We got it. We got it. Oh, nice. Oh, good. There's our cow. I don't want to celebrate because I think everyone's mad that we won.
You won?
Mm-hmm. We won, yeah. That's good. Oh, wow, thank you.
123.
Yatta! This is the cow that we won, and look how incredible that is. He is so much bigger than me.
You did it.
You did it. Our cow is now going to be processed and sent along to a butcher who's going to break it down for us. This is what you get if you're in the Kobe Beef Association. It's so heavy.
Okay.
What's his name?
Kobe beef.
So this is their freezer where they keep a lot of their meats, and this is our cow that we got today. This is from the same area as where the flat iron steak comes from, and he's going to cut it down into a beautiful platter of usable cuts of beef. First, it looks like he's removing a lot of the fat off the top of this meat, because this has a lot of fat. He's very quick and efficient with the knife. You can also see that he's really making an effort here as he cuts to not waste any meat from this cow. It's incredible to watch. So now is when the wagyu is really starting to look good. We're getting down to those beautiful parts on the inside here. It's like a long train of wagyu. Do you like to eat wagyu?
和牛も大好きです。毎日。
Munch, munch, munch. Okay, so now you're about to see why they call him the meat artist. Most butchers will just break down the wagyu just like that, and then they'll package it up. But he is literally an artist with how he treats the wagyu, and he does something a little extra. And it looks like he's using wagyu beef tallow, some fat, to prop up the edges of the flour. Wow. It's insane. Now what's going to happen is he's going to cut it down again and show us yet another presentation that he can create with this same cut of our wagyu beef. I love how with wagyu, every time you cut it, it makes a new art piece. I have no idea what he's going to be making this time, but I know it's probably going to be something really cool again. He's super, super careful and really specific. Wow! That is beautiful. Now you see why they call him the meat artist. Okay, now we're moving on to this giant cross section of our cow here. What is your name?
社長さん。
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So this piece of beef has ribeye, sirloin, and tenderloin all in one. So he has a lot to work with here. And he's going to start by deboning the whole thing. We have to remove all of those thick bones. The way that he's using the knife here is very surgical. It's so precise. He is tracing around every single bone. So what he's working on right now is trying to pull off the first bone. And if you recognize it, it's sort of a T-bone. You'd have the tenderloin on one side and the strip would be on the other side. The cool thing here to me is you can sort of see that the butcher has all these different choices when they go to break down your beef. Right now, he's pulling out those bones that would normally be left in a T-bone or a porterhouse steak. He's just pulling all of those out right now because we already took off that tenderloin, and then on the bottom side of these is going to be left this nice clean strip. They work the knife in every possible way in doing this. They hold it in their hand in different ways. A lot of people talk about how wagyu cuts like butter, but they're not just sitting here slicing easily through this wagyu. They are masters of their craft with the knife. It's crazy to watch. So something's happening now. He's going to cut this whole big piece here in half. So this is really cool for me to see the meat getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Wow. That's beautiful. Look at the difference here between the fat that's on the outside and then all of this beautiful marbled fat that we think of when we think of wagyu. So now we've got a different portion here of our cow. We're gonna see him cut this into some blocks. So one really cool thing here is we have so many cuts of the cow that we're able to play with and work with here. It should just show you how big one of these cows really is and how much meat comes from one of these massive, massive wagyu cows. Although you do pay a hefty price for it. Every single piece of what he's cut here has a completely different pattern on it, which I think is one of the most amazing parts about wagyu. This is the last thing we're doing before we get to cook and eat some wagyu at a restaurant. This is a giant machine that's going to slice this wagyu very thin. So it goes into the machine. Wow, this is intense. Okay, here we go. Whoa! That's not what I expected to just happen. This is so fast. Look at that, it's the thinnest piece of wagyu. How much is one of these? Can I buy one? $30,000, okay. All right, never mind. So now that we're finished, they're just packing all of this up. Although I wish we could just sit together and eat all this wagyu together, but it's gonna go off to different customers now. Thank you, arigato gozaimasu. I'm bringing this to the restaurant. It is time to go eat some wagyu. This is Wagyu Mafia, a members-only wagyu restaurant in Tokyo, Japan. And this is Chef Hama. He's known as the Prince of Kobe beef.
Nixon!
I brought you a gift.
Oh my god, where'd you get it from?
How are you?
Very good, no?
Can we cook it?
It's Wagyu Mafia. 行きましょう。
Chef, you are the wagyu expert, so I am not cooking today. I'm gonna step back and let you do your magic. Sound good?
Right on, Nick-san. Today, I'm going to cook 3 levels of Kobe beef. Level 1, wagyu sushi. Itterashai! We have all the most amazing ingredients in the world here. This is my favorite sea urchin from Hokkaido, Japan. The best flavor, so sweet. We also have Royal Osatra caviar, fresh wasabi, and of course, our Kobe beef. The process to make this one is quick. You have to be gentle when shaping the rice, which we cook with sake for extra flavor, and the nigiri comes together quickly. To finish, you brush it with 8-year barrel-aged soy sauce and top with the sea urchin and caviar. Next time, your sushi is ready. One bite.
One bite.
Pick it up from my arm.
I've never done omakase right out of the chef's hand. Holy
Not bad, huh?
not bad.
At all.
You get a little soy sauce sea urchin right away because it hits the roof of your mouth.
At the very end of the taste, Kobe beef comes after.
And it's so nice to have the Kobe beef just raw and delicate like that. So level 2 and level 3, you're gonna have a tough time.
Let's skip it. Level 2 is Kobe beef yakiniku, which means barbecue. For the meat, I'm using the Kobe beef tongue. They're impossible to get since there is just one per cow. Breaking down is similar to flaying a fish, just like removing the skin from the fish. So you see dimple on the tongue. This is a sign where you cut it. And this here is all fat, and fat is flavor. This is the best part of Kobe beef tongue, one of the most expensive tongue in the world. 300 grams, easily $2,000 US. We're going to cut it into small pieces like this and then gently score it on both sides for some textures. We have already prepared the Japanese charcoal. You want it to be a nice gray color when it's time to cook. This is Kobe beef back fat, which we use to oil the grill. Listen to that nice sizzle. Grill for 1 minute each side and finish it off with a bit of salt and ready to eat. Let's go!
Level 2, let's see. It looks good. And it smells even better than it looks. It's just the right amount of chewy and still soft and fatty.
It has a little bit of crunchiness.
Level 2 is gonna be hard to beat.
Level 3, wagyu katsando. I'm going to use this special $3,000 Kobe beef tenderloin. This is one of the most difficult cuts to find anywhere in the world. First, I'm going to carefully cut it into these small portions. The marbling on this beef is incredible. Then we'll roll it in our special Japanese flour and then the egg and finish with our homemade breadcrumbs, which is made from Japanese milk bread. The size of this, the thickness, 2.5 minutes. 行きましょうか. We'll fry it until it looks nice and golden brown like this. This is our sauce. It has 15 different ingredients. The main ingredients are soy sauce and rice vinegar, but the rest is a secret. To assemble the sandwich, place down the beef and close the sandwiches. And now I will trim off all the edges. Wow! And I finish by slicing through the middle. Nick-san, level 3 is ready. Come on!
I was drooling back there watching this whole time.
Oh, level 3, we need to have a gold. Yes.
I feel bad even eating this. Look at it.
Then don't eat it.
Alright.
Okay, so this is the Kobe beef,
Okay.
Chateaubriand.
Okay.
Entire cow, you can only get 10 pieces. さあ行きましょう。いってらっしゃい。
Words cannot really describe that bite.
Even though I create it, I still love it every day. Well done. Oh, one more thing.
Yeah?
You ready for dessert?
No.